So hello guys, welcome back. In this one I'll be going over this right here because a lot of people don't know how to actually identify the manipulation. By the way, you might be asking why I'm not posting any videos, but the reason behind it is that I'm just focusing on trading. As you can see, this year has been amazing, especially the last 2 months. The month before I was actually traveling. So currently I'm fully back, every day active on Discord. So if you want to DM me, you can either leave a comment below, or you can just add me on Discord and ask any questions on the Discord. And yeah, so let's get right into it. Today I'll be showing you how to identify the true manipulation, because a lot of people would think that this is manipulation, but actually this is just a trap. As you can see, we have this FPG, we have this accumulation, this will be the manipulation, and probably this should be the distribution. But as I said, this is not how it works. So let me show you how to actually identify the real manipulation. So as you can see, we have this lower high, lower low. This should be a lower high to create lower low after some of confirmation on low time frame. So for example, let's go to 5 minute, and even before we go to 5 minute, as you can see, we have some type of accumulation around this level. Okay, so most people would call this accumulation. Manipulation is hard time frame sun level, and as you can see, we have this rejection. So a lot of people would actually look for sells. So for example, let's go to 5 minute. Let's go, for example, to this point. Okay, so a lot of people at this point would be looking for sells because we close with this huge candle. People call it displacement, but this is actually just a manipulation to induce sellers from this hard time frame sell level. Because if everyone is looking for sells from these levels, this is not the manipulation, all right? So if everyone is trying to sell from these levels, the fake move to the downside is the real manipulation. Okay, so 90% of people would actually look for sells from these levels, but you do not want to be looking for sells with the 90%, okay? You want to be looking for buys with the 10%. Okay, so that's exactly what we did. And let me show you how we actually entered the buys. Okay, so currently, as you can see, we had this displacement. So this is perfect sign for us to look for buys. And the first thing we need to do is put our fibs from the bottom to the top. And as always, this is the perfect level on indices for continuations. So as you can see, with this manipulation, we have the new manipulation cycle around this level. And as always, if we have a new manipulation cycle, we'll create fake move just to induce sellers, tap into our continuation level, which in this case will be this continuation level, and then continue higher. Okay, so this is manipulation cycle. We have it at this high. So this move to the downside is just a trap to induce sellers, mostly ICT, SMC traders who just follow in some liquidity sweeps. But if you understand how trading works, let me show you. So we got some type of high. This would be called buy side liquidity. We sweep the high and continue lower. But if I'm going to put the same price action to this point, as you can see, we have some type of support resistance level around this level. We tap into it and the same confirmation. So for example, displacement, FPG, this is the same confirmation as just basic engulfing candle. Okay, so this is the same exact thing as this one, just renamed. So if you're using liquidity sweep FPGs, you're just using support and resistance levels with different names. Okay, so the most important thing is understand where most people are going to be entering and then just try to look for buys from these levels instead of sells. Okay, so as you can see, we have this continuation level and we created this fake move to the downside, which means this is enough for me to look for buys. And as I said before, indices are moving with momentum. So as you can see, we had this huge bullish candle. We closed above the previous candle high. So we can actually use this as our continuation level. Okay, so we have this high, we have this 3/8 level. So let's go back to 5 minute. So now all we have to do is wait for price to tap into this level, and then the price should go actually much higher. Okay, so we're just gonna wait. Okay, now we tap into this continuation level, this 3/8 level lining up with this high on the left. So this is probably the best possible level. Okay, so we have this reaction, we have this FPG. So now most people are probably gonna push the market a bit lower because they're gonna be entering sells from these levels. But as I said, we have a new manipulation cycle. So this is just fake move to induce even more sellers and then continue higher. So I think around this point, we actually enter the buys. And yeah, super simple. That's it. Okay, so we need to understand where most people are going to be entering sells, and then we just need to enter the opposite way. Okay, so this is just example what I posted on my Instagram a few days back. And I think like 80% of people or 70% of people voted for sells, which is not the best. So I'm trying to just show you how to actually look for setups on indices. So the most important thing is understand the momentum and understand where most people are actually going to be looking for sells in this case. Okay, so if we have this huge bullish candle, we close above the previous candle's high. So let's say we close like this. We can actually use this level as our continuation level. We can also use this Fibonacci level as confluence, wait for price to create manipulation into our continuation level, and then continue higher. So as you can see, this blue candle closed above this whole level. Okay, this on top of key level. Because as you can see, every time we tap into it, we couldn't break below it. And if we broke below it, we retested and went lower. And this blue candle actually closed above it. So this is all I need to know, that the momentum is switching to bullish. And this FVG is just liquidity trap to induce sellers into this level and continue higher. As you can see, it's super simple. It's all about momentum and understanding traps. Okay, so this was US for the setup. As you can see, beautifully going up. The momentum is still there. Then we tap into this wick zone, which is actually much more important zone than just FVG. As I said many times before, I do not use liquidity sweeps. I do not use FVG, IFVG, none of these things. And now let's go to Gym 40, because on the Gym 40, we actually had two setups as well. So let's go right into it. So as you can see, we have this one and also this one, but I'll be only going over this one because this is my second model, which I'm not trying to show here on YouTube, but basically it was the same logic. Okay, so I'm gonna put Fibonacci from the bottom to the top. Okay, we had this fake break to the downside. So a lot of people will be looking for sells from these levels after we swept this whole liquidity point where this last buy before sell, which means there's an order block. So this could be just accumulation, manipulation. A lot of people would think that this is distribution, but that's not the case. Okay, so this is the second model. And now let me actually go over this one because this one was super clean. This was my first model. So let's go back to this point. Okay, so let's go to 1H actually. And as you can see, this is the same exact level as I sent into my Discord. Okay, so this was our continuation level on a 4H. Okay, so every single day I'm posting these levels to my Discord with exact entry point, stop loss, TP, and stuff like that. Okay, so this is the 4H level. Let me actually put it like this. Okay, so this 4H level, and it's exactly what I said to Discord. We're gonna open, tap into this level, and go higher. Okay, so tap into this level. So now let's go to like 5 minutes. And when you understand these levels, you don't actually need any like special entry models, because it doesn't matter which entry model you're going to use inside the level, because every single one of these entry models would probably work. Okay, so we have this basic entry model, then we have some type of liquidity inducement entry model. But as I said, it doesn't matter which one you're going to use. So as you can see, we tap into this continuation level with precision, and now the price should go higher because we had this new manipulation cycle to induce sellers and continue much higher, and that's exactly what happened. And this is my logic behind every single setup. So as you can see, Gym 40 just going higher with momentum, even though we swept this buy side liquidity, we have this sell side liquidity, we have this equal lows. But as I said many times before, market doesn't care about some equal highs, equal lows. Okay, so we can do the same thing. And this is our continuation level around this Fibonacci level. And as I said before, the Fibonacci is just a confluence for our continuation level. Okay, so this is our 4H level lining up with this Fibonacci level right here. So all we have to do is wait for price to tap into this level. And then we can go, for example, like 1 minute. And after 1 minute confirmation, we can use the same confirmation as I showed you before. So we have some type of level like this. And the same thing, we broke above it, retested, and went higher. So all we have to do is wait for price to retest this level, SL below the low, because we already tapped into this 4H level. And as I said, my levels are super precise, so the price shouldn't come back. And all we have to do is target some type of hot time frame level. Okay, so in this case, we had this wick zone, but usually I do not do these risk to rewards. Okay, so this high is more than enough. So it depends on your entry model. But as you can see, all I wait for is just price to go higher with momentum. Then I wait for new manipulation cycle to induce sellers and continue higher. Okay, so that's it. Hopefully it makes sense. If you got any questions, you can just DM me on Instagram or leave a comment below, and see you next time.